Jai Hind. Dear children, welcome back to today's class. So we are discussing the chapter Introduction to Trigonometry, and let's recall the important points what we have discussed in the chapter. So we have discussed trigonometric ratios and their definitions and reciprocal ratios. Then you have to study some important formulae, these two important formulae. Then we have discussed trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. So all these values you have to study, and in the previous video you have seen how to remember these values easily. We have discussed some tricks. Isn't it, children? Now in our textbook, next section is trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. But it is deleted portion for this year. But just for your knowledge, we are discussing this, and you should know this for higher classes also. So you have to study these equations. So here it is written, see, trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. What are complementary angles? Yes, so if sum of two angles is 90 degree, they are called complementary angles. So in trigonometry, we are considering the right triangle, isn't it? So in right triangles, we can see other two angles are acute angles. So what is the sum of these two acute angles? 90 degree. The sum of two acute angles will be 90 degree. Then right angle is 90. So total sum is 180, isn't it? So these two acute angles sum is 90. So they are also called complementary angles. So using this fact, we can have these equations. What are they? Sin 90 minus theta equal to cos theta. So cos 90 minus theta equal to sin theta. Then cosec 90 minus theta equal to sec theta, and sec 90 minus theta equal to cosec theta. Then tan 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta, and cot 90 minus theta equal to tan theta. Now let's check two examples. Since we know sin theta equal to cos 90 minus theta. Just check what is sin 30 degree. Sin 30 degree can be written as cos 90 minus 30. So what is cos 90 minus 30? 90 minus 30 is 60. So it is cos 60. So what we got? Sin 30 degree is equal to cos 60 degree. See, in the table also you can see sin 30 degree value and cos 60 degree value, both are same. They are equal to 1 by 2. So come to the next example. We know tan theta is equal to cot 90 minus theta. So what will be tan 60 degree? How can you write tan 60 degree? Tan 60 degree equal to cot 90 degree minus 60 degree. What is 90 minus 60? 30. So we are getting tan 60 degree equal to cot 30 degree. And in the table you can see both are equal. Tan 60 degree is equal to cot 30 degree. Since this topic is coming as deleted portion, we are not discussing more about this topic. Now let's move to next topic, trigonometric identities. So you have studied what is an identity, and you have seen so many algebraic identities also. What is an identity? An equation is called an identity when it is true for all values of the variables involved. So, we have discussed some identities, algebraic identities, a plus b the whole square, a minus b the whole square, etc. Isn't it? Like that, here also we have some trigonometric identities. So, what is a trigonometric identity? An equation involving trigonometric ratios of an angle is called a trigonometric identity if it is true for all values of the angles involved. See children, there are some equations having sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, etc. which are true for any values of theta. Okay, in the place of theta, if we are putting any angle, the equations will be true statement. They are called trigonometric identities. Now, we are going to discuss some trigonometric identities. Consider the right triangle ABC. And here the right angle is at B. So, here we have right angle at B. And you know very well that trigonometry is based on the right triangle, isn't it? So here we are going to discuss about trigonometric identities. So trigonometric identities we have already discussed the identities using our trigonometric ratios. Sin theta, cos theta, isn't it? So here also we need to get the equations using these trigonometric ratios. For that, first we are considering this triangle, right triangle and Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so when you apply the Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, what we can say? AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square, isn't it? So here we are going to discuss the proof of trigonometric identities. So, let us consider the first one. Okay, first one, I am not saying the identity now. When we derive, you can see which is the first trigonometric identities. So, first we are considering this right triangle ABC. Okay, so we can write, we can start in right triangle ABC, what we can say by Pythagoras theorem? AC square, isn't it? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So I am writing in reverse order. AB square plus BC square is AC square. So AB square plus BC square equal to AC square by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we can write by Pythagoras theorem. See children, we are using this equation to prove all the trigonometric identities. So we can give this equation as equation 1. Okay, see children, our first identity is using the trigonometric ratio sine and cos. Okay, you know what is sine ratio? What is sine ratio? Sine ratio is opposite side by hypotenuse, and you have studied this short form. Sine ratio is opposite side by hypotenuse, and cos ratio is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So to get the identity, trigonometric identity using the sine ratio and cos ratio, we need the denominator as hypotenuse, here AC. Okay, so to get sine ratio here on cos ratio, we have to divide these two terms by this AC. Okay, so here we have the equation AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So now I am going to divide each term of this equation by AC square. Okay children, so we are going to divide equation 1 by AC square. So what we will get? Here AB square by AC square plus BC square by AC square equal to AC square by AC square. Okay. Now AB square by AC square we can write as AB by AC the whole square plus BC square by AC square can be written as BC by AC the whole square equal to, what is AC square by AC square is 1. Okay, AC square by AC square is 1. All these are length of the sides of this triangle. Okay, that means they are numerals. So we can do the cancellation like this. See, when we start the chapter trigonometry, we have discussed that trigonometric ratios are coming based on one acute angle. We can see two acute angles in a right triangle. So, based on one acute angle, we are deciding the sides of this right triangle. Hypotenuse is always hypotenuse, but opposite side and adjacent side we are deciding according to our acute angle. So, here I am going to take acute angle, this acute angle, angle A. Okay children? So, based on this angle A, let us see what is AB and AC. Okay, and here we can name this as angle A, but for easiness I am giving the name as theta. So, I am representing angle A by theta. Okay, based on this angle A or angle theta, what is AB by AC? What is AB by AC? AB is adjacent side, isn't it? And BC is opposite side. Okay, so this is adjacent side. For this angle theta, this is adjacent side and BC is opposite side. Okay, now what is AB by AC? AB by AC, what is it? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is adjacent side by hypotenuse? Adjacent side by hypotenuse is cos theta, isn't it? So, AB by AC we can write as cos theta. And we have square, cos theta square plus, what is BC by AC? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side by hypotenuse is sine ratio. So, we can write this as sine theta the whole square equal to 1. Okay children. Now, cos theta the whole square. Usually, we are writing it as cos square theta. Okay. Cos theta the whole square we can write as cos square theta. So, this can be written as cos square theta plus, how can we write sin theta the whole square? Sin square theta equal to 1. So, this is the first identity. So, for remembering easily, we are rearranging the terms as sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So, this is the first identity, trigonometric identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, children. So from this we can say what is sine square theta and what is cos square theta. What is sine square theta? Sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Isn't it? And what is cos square theta? Cos square theta equal to 1 minus sine square theta. Okay. So this you have to apply in further questions. Remaining topics you have to apply this. Sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta and cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta. Very important, and these two are we are getting from the first identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, children. Now from this we can write two more equations. Sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So what is sine theta? How will you get sine theta? From sine square theta, to get sine theta we have to take square root. We have to take the square root on both sides. So sine theta is equal to square root of 1 minus cos square theta. Okay. So square root of 1 minus cos square theta. See, 1 is a perfect square. Cos square theta also we can have the square root. But in between we have negative sign or subtraction symbol. So we can't take the square root separately. So square root of 1 minus cos square theta is that itself. Don't write this as 1 minus cos theta. Okay. It is square root of 1 minus cos square theta itself. And from this one what we can write? Cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta. So what is cos theta? Cos theta equal to square root of 1 minus sine square theta. Okay. All these you have to remember always. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Then sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. And cos square theta equal to 1 minus sine square theta. And from this, these two also very important. Okay, children. So this is the first identity. So we are moving to next identity. For that we have, here we have the same right triangle ABC, right angled at B. And we are considering the angle A, acute angle A, and there we named as theta. Isn't it? So AB is the adjacent side and BC is the opposite side. And by Pythagoras theorem, what equation we had? We had AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This we named as equation 1. Okay. So first we have divided by hypotenuse to get the sine ratio and cos ratio. Next let's divide by any other side, either AB square and or by BC square. So now I am going to divide the equation by AB square. So let's see what identity we are getting. Okay. So divide equation 1 by AB square. So what we will get? AB square by AB square plus BC square by AB square equal to AC square by AB square. Okay. Now what is AB square by AB square? 1. Isn't it? Plus BC square by AB square can be written as BC by AB the whole square equal to AC square by AB square can be written as AC by AB the whole square. Okay, children. Now we have 1 plus, what is BC by AB the whole square? What is BC here? BC is opposite side by AB is adjacent side. What is opposite side by adjacent side? Which is that opposite side by adjacent side? Tan ratio, isn't it? TOA, tan ratio. So, we can write BC by AB as opposite side by adjacent side as tan theta, isn't it? And here tan theta, the whole square can be written as tan square theta equal to. Next, AC by AB. What is AC? AC is our hypotenuse. Hypotenuse by adjacent side. What is hypotenuse by adjacent side? Adjacent side by hypotenuse is our cos ratio, isn't it? So it's opposite ratio. What is the opposite ratio of cos ratio? Sec theta, isn't it? Sec ratio. So AC by AB is sec theta, and this can be written as C square theta. Okay, children. So we got 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. And we are rearranging. We are getting sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. We have taken this tan square to this side. Sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. That is the next identity. So second identity is sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. Okay, children. Now from this also we can have two more equations. From here, what is sec square theta? Sec square theta equal to 1 plus tan, that already we have 1 plus tan square theta. And what is tan square theta? Tan square theta. And what is tan square theta? Tan square theta is equal to sec square theta minus 1. Okay. Sec square theta minus 1. Sec square theta minus 1. So you should not interchange the terms. You have to study well. Sec square theta is 1 plus tan square theta, and tan square theta equal to sec square theta minus 1. Okay. So this is the second identity. From here, what we can write? Sec theta equal to square root of 1 plus tan square theta. And from here we can write tan theta equal to square root of sec square theta minus 1. Okay, children. So this is about second identity. This is second identity. Now we have one more identity. How will you get that next identity, third identity? Now we got the identities using sine ratio, cos ratio. Here we got sec ratio and tan ratio. Next, what are left? Yes, cosec ratio and cot ratio. Okay, and for getting the first identity, we have divided the first equation by AC square. Then we have divided by AB square. Now what is left? Now we have to divide by BC square. Okay, so okay, now we can divide equation 1 by BC square. Okay, what we will get? AB square by BC square plus BC square by BC square equal to AC square by BC square. Now, AB square by BC square can be written as AB by BC the whole square plus what is BC square by BC square? 1 equal to AC square by BC square can be written as AC by BC the whole square. Now, what is AB by BC? AB, adjacent side by opposite side. What is adjacent side by opposite side? Adjacent side by opposite side. Chord ratio. Isn't it? Tan ratio is opposite side by adjacent side. Its reciprocal is chord ratio. So, AB by BC is chord ratio. So, here we are saying based on this theta. So, it is chord theta. Chord square theta. AB by BC is chord theta. So, AB by BC whole square is chord square theta plus 1 equal to what is AC by BC? AC hypotenuse. Hypotenuse by opposite side cosec ratio. Isn't it? So, it can be written as cosec square theta. Okay. So, we got chord square theta plus 1 is equal to cosec square theta. So, from this, we can write, see, chord square theta minus cosec square theta is minus 1. Okay. So, we can take this chord square theta to other side. So, what we will get? Cosec square theta minus chord square theta equal to 1. Okay. So, this is the third identity. Cosec square theta minus chord square theta equal to 1. Okay, children. This is the third identity. Now, from this, we can have what is cosec. Already you got cosec square theta. So, we can write cosec square theta equal to chord square theta plus 1, or we can write 1 plus chord square theta. Okay. Now, what is chord square theta? Chord square theta is equal to, here it is minus chord square theta. When we take this will come as plus chord square theta, and 1 will come to this side. Okay. So, chord square theta is equal to cosec square theta minus 1. Okay. So, cosec square theta minus chord square theta equal to 1. From this identity, we have cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus chord square theta, and chord square theta equal to cosec square theta minus 1. And from this we can write what is cosec theta. Cosec theta is square root of 1 plus chord square theta, and here chord theta equal to square root of cosec square theta minus 1. Okay. All these are very important. You have to apply all these in the next session. Okay. So, all you have to by heart all these identities. Okay, children. Now, let's move to problems based on these identities. Okay, and you have to write these all the identities and its subdivisions in your notebook inside one column. Okay. These are the 3 sets of main identities you have to study. You have to write this in your note and you have to by heart this. Sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. That is the first one. Then the second one is c square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. And third one is cosec square theta minus cot square theta equal to 1. So you can remember this by these three main identities by using the short form SC, ST and CC. Okay children? So let's consider one question. Write all other trigonometric ratios of angle A in terms of CK. So we have to write all the trigonometric ratios, other trigonometric ratios. Here we have CK. We have to write all the remaining ratios, that means sine, cos, all these ratios in terms of CK. Okay children, now for that you should recall all these relations, all the reciprocal relations, and then here tan A can be written as sin A by cos A and cot A can be written as cos A by sin A. Then we have to remember these identities. Okay, so first, what is the first trigonometric ratio we have discussed? Sine ratio. Okay, so we can consider sine ratio. We have to write the sine ratio in terms of CK. So we have to go through these relations and which one we have to consider to convert this sine ratio to sec ratio. Okay, so just go through all these relationship. Which one will be easy for us to convert this into sine ratio to sec ratio? First, we know that sin A is equal to 1 by cosec A, but cosec and sec are not related by any one of these. Isn't it? Then what we have? Then which one we can consider? See here, sec is equal to 1 by cos A or cos A is equal to 1 by sec A. And we know sine and cos are related by this identity. Isn't it? So, if we are converting sine A to cos A, then we can convert that cos into sec ratio. Okay? So, how can we write sine A in terms of cos A first? We have sine square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. And from this identity, we can have what is sine A. What is sine A? Or here it is written sine theta is equal to square root of 1 minus cos square theta. Here the angle is A. So what we can write for sine A? Sine A is equal to square root of 1 minus cos square A. Okay children? So sine A can be written as square root of 1 minus cos square A. Now we can convert cos into sec ratio, isn't it? So cos A is equal to 1 by sec A. So what is cos square A? Cos square A is equal to 1 by sec square A. So this can be written as square root of 1 minus cos square A can be written as 1 by sec square A. Isn't it? So this much inside the square root. Now we can take the LCM. So here 1 by c square A and here 1. What is the LCM? C square A is the LCM. So we can write square root of c square A LCM. And what is the denominator? 1 into c square A. It is c square A minus 1. Okay children. Now can we take the square root of numerator and denominator separately? Here we can write, when we take the square root of numerator, we can write only like this, square root of c square A minus 1. Because here we have subtraction symbol, so we can't take the square root separately. we can write as it is square root of sec square minus 1 by what is square root of sec square a? Square root of sec square a is sec, isn't it? What is square root of x square? X. So square root of sec square a is sec. Now see children, sin a is equal to square root of sec square a minus 1 by sec a. We wrote sin a in terms of sec a, isn't it? So this is the first one. So we have expressed sin a in terms of sec a. Now what is the next trigonometric ratio? Cos a. Okay, so cos a, we have to write cos a in terms of sec a. See, how can we write? Just go through this relationship. It is very easy, isn't it? Cos a is equal to 1 by sec a. So we can write that directly. Sec a. Now we have expressed sin a and cos a in terms of sec a. Now what is the next trigonometric ratio? Tan ratio. So let us see. Tan a equal to, see, can we relate tan and sec directly? Just go through this. See, when you check the identity, tan and sec are related, isn't it? Sec square a minus tan square a equal to 1. So from there we can say what is tan a. What is tan square a? Tan square a is equal to sec square a minus 1. Isn't it? Tan square a is equal to sec square a minus 1. So what is tan a? Tan a is equal to square root of sec square a minus 1. Okay, tan square a is sec square a minus 1. So tan a is square root of sec square a minus 1. Now what is the next trigonometric ratio? Cosec a, isn't it? Cosec a is the reciprocal of sin a. So we have what is sin a in terms of sec a. So when you take its reciprocal, we will get cosec a. So cosec a equal to the reciprocal of sin a. So what is the reciprocal of sin a? Sec a by square root of sec square a minus 1. Okay children? Then what is the next ratio? Sin a, cos a, tan a, cosec a. Next is sec a. But no need to write, isn't it? We have to write all the other trigonometric ratio. Now next one is cot a. Cot a is the reciprocal of tan a. Okay. So cot a equal to is the reciprocal of tan a. So what is tan a in terms of sec a? It is square root of sec square a minus 1. So what is its reciprocal? So cot a is equal to 1 by square root of sec square a minus 1. Okay children? So we expressed all the other trigonometric ratios in terms of sec a. Okay. Like this, we can convert any trigonometric ratio in terms of another trigonometric ratio. But for that, you have to remember all these relationships. You should know this relationship always. Okay, children? Now, let's move to an interesting section of trigonometry. See, children, we have discussed three important identities. Sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Then sec square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. and cosec square theta minus cot square theta equal to 1. These are the main trigonometric identities. Now we have some more identities. So these identities we are proving by using the known ratios of trigonometry. Okay, so let's discuss the next question. First question. Prove the following identities where the angles involved are acute angles for which the expressions are being defined. That means we have to prove this equation. This equation is also an identity. Why? Because it is true for all the values of the theta. If we put any angle for theta, this statement will be true. That's why it is called identities. So we have some more identities to prove like this. Okay, children. So here we have to prove cosec theta minus cot theta the whole square is equal to 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. Okay, so we have to prove more questions. See, each question is different. We have to choose the suitable steps for proving each one. Okay. So here the question is cosec theta minus cot theta the whole square is 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. So when you get this type of question, you have to check what we have to prove. See here LHS is cosec theta minus cot theta the whole square. RHS is 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. We can start with either LHS or RHS, that you can decide for different questions. So you have to check which one we have to consider or which one we can simplify more. If LHS can be simplified more, then you have to consider LHS first. If RHS is there for simplification, then you have to consider RHS first. If you are considering LHS, you have to simplify, then you have to reach at this RHS expression. Okay, so here you can see cosec theta minus cot theta the whole square. Now I am going to start with LHS. Okay, children, so let us consider LHS. What is the LHS? LHS is equal to cosec theta minus cot theta the whole square. Isn't it? Now you have to verify what is in RHS. To which trigonometric ratio we need the answer. RHS. We have the RHS. Here it is in cos theta. So try to change the ratios in the LHS which involves cos theta. Okay, cos theta or sin theta. So here cosec theta, how can we write cosec theta? See, we have some relationship like this. So here cosec theta, if the answer is if the RHS is in cos theta or in sin theta, we have to change the LHS also to sin theta cos theta ratio. Okay, so here I am choosing cosec theta. Here it is written angle as A. So cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. That I am taking now. So cosec theta can be written as 1 by sin theta minus cot theta. We need the answer in cos theta. So how can you relate cot theta and cos theta? Let's see. Cot theta, which one we can consider? Yes, cot A is equal to cos A by sin A. So that we can consider. So here I am writing cot theta is cos theta by sin theta, the whole square. See children, in some questions when we have the whole square, we will start with the expansion using identity. If you are starting like that also, you will reach at the answer, but you have to try more steps to get the RHS. So each and every question you have to do very carefully. So here I am now taking the expansion of algebraic identities. Just I am doing like this. Cosec theta 1 by sin theta minus cot theta cos theta by sin theta the whole square. Now here we have rational form, isn't it? So what if we have rational form? Usually we are taking the LCM. So here 1 by sin theta, here cos theta by sin theta, same denominator. If we have same denominator, how will you write as common denominator? This can be taken as common denominator. Sin theta is the common denominator and numerator will be 1 minus cos theta, isn't it? So when you have 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5, how will you simplify? 5 is the common denominator, then 2 minus 1, isn't it? Now we have the whole square also. Okay children? Now check the answer. We need the answer. We have the RHS only in cos theta. So but here we have numerator is having cos theta, but denominator is in sin theta. Denominator is sin theta. So we have to change this sin theta also into cos theta, cos ratio. Okay, for that, see I am giving this whole square separately. Numerator 1 minus cos theta the whole square by sin theta square. Sin can be written as sin square theta. Okay, now how can we convert this sin square theta also into cos theta? What we have sin square theta? See sin square A is equal to 1 minus cos square A, isn't it? That we can apply here. So here 1 minus cos theta the whole square by sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos square theta. Okay. Now it is equal to, see 1 minus cos theta the whole square, but here we have only one time of 1 minus cos theta, isn't it? So we have to avoid one time of 1 minus cos theta. Our next aim is to avoid 1 minus cos theta, one time of 1 minus cos theta from here. So for that I am writing this as two separate terms. 1 minus cos theta the whole square can be written as 1 minus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta by, see here denominator is 1 minus cos square theta. Can you see any identity form here? 1 is a perfect square. Here also we have square term. So which identity form? A square minus B square form, isn't it? A square minus B square form. Here A is 1, B is cos theta. So what is A square minus B square? A plus B into A minus B. So how can we write this? 1 minus cos square theta can be written as A plus B, that is 1 plus cos theta multiplied by A minus B, 1 minus cos theta. Isn't it? Now look at this step. Can you cancel any expression? Yes, here we have 1 minus cos theta, here also 1 minus cos theta. So what is remaining? We have 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. That is our given RHS. So this is equal to given RHS. So what we got? LHS is equal to RHS. So we proved the required one. Okay children? See, it is very interesting. Okay children? So come to the next question. We have to prove cos A by 1 plus sin A plus 1 plus sin A by cos A is equal to 2 ck. 2 into ck. Okay. This is to be proved. See here also we can simplify the LHS. RHS is a very simplest one, 2 into ck. There we can't do anything more. So we can start with the LHS. What is the LHS? LHS is equal to cos A by 1 plus sin A plus 1 plus sin A by cos A. Isn't it? So what we can do? Here you can see the rational form. So usually when we have rational form, what we are doing? We are going for LCM. Isn't it? So here the denominators are 1 plus sin A and cos A. What is the LCM? See, when we have two different denominators, LCM will be their product. Isn't it? For example, if we have 2 by 5 plus 1 by 3, how we are taking LCM? No common factor for these two, so 15. Their product is the LCM. Then to get the numerator, just take the do the cross multiplication. Okay. 3 into 2, 6 plus 5 into 1, 5. Same process here also we can apply. So LCM is their product. What is the product? 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. Then numerator. Here we have cos A. When we multiply by this, cos A into cos A, cos square A. Okay, plus. Here we have 1 plus sin A. Here also 1 plus sin A. So 1 plus sin A in multiplied by 1 plus sin A. Okay, 1 plus sin A multiplied by 1 plus sin A. Don't write this as 1 plus sin square A. Okay, it is 1 plus sin A multiplied by 1 plus sin A. Now it is equal to, so here denominator is 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. Then we can simplify the numerator. It is cos square A plus 1 plus sin A into 1 plus sin A. We can write 1 plus sin A the whole square. Okay, now next step is, now don't open this bracket. So write like this itself. 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. Then numerator cos square A plus, here we have to apply the identity. 1 plus sin A the whole square. Which identity form? A plus B the whole square. What is A plus B the whole square? A square, that is 1 square is 1 plus 2AB. 2AB means 2 into A into B. Here A is 1, B is sin A. So 2 into 1 into sin A, 2 sin A plus then B square. B square is sin A the whole square. What is sin A the whole square? Sin square A. Okay. Now it is equal to, see children, we have to group this cos square A and sin square A. We know what is cos square A plus sin square A. Or what is sin square A plus cos square A? 1. Okay. So instead of this cos square A plus sin square A, we can write 1. Then we have plus 1. Then plus 2 sin A. The whole by 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. Now here numerator 1 plus 1, 2, isn't it? So 2 plus, now 2 sin A by, here we have 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. isn't it? Now, from the numerator, we can take one common factor. What is that? This is first term, this is second term, which is common factor. 2 is common, isn't it? So, 2 can be taken as common factor. When we take 2 common factor, here 1 is remaining, plus here sin A is remaining. Okay, the whole by 1 plus sin A multiplied by cos A. Okay, children. Now what we can do? See, here numerator we have 1 plus sin A. Denominator also we have 1 plus sin A. So we can cancel these two. What is remaining? Numerator we have 2. Denominator cos A. So it can be written as 2 by cos A. What is our denominator? Sorry, RHS. We have the RHS as 2ck. Isn't it? We have 2ck. So how can we convert this as 2ck? See, 2 by cos A we can write as 2 multiplied by 1 by cos A. Isn't it? So what is 1 by cos A? See, what is 1 by cos A? 1 by cos A is ck. So we can write 2 into ck. So that is our RHS. Isn't it? 2 ck is our RHS. So what we proved? We proved LHS is equal. We have started with the LHS and finally we got it as RHS. So we proved LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, children, like this we can prove any identities, but how to proceed, that you have to decide according to the RHS. If you are starting with LHS, you should reach at the RHS, and if you are starting with RHS, you have to check what is given in LHS and you have to proceed according to that. Okay, children? Now you have to do these two questions as homework and write and study the proof of all the trigonometric identities. Okay, children? Thank you.